A neuromorphic network, in the simplest terms, is emulating the same way the human brain works. So where you are looking at me, you're seeing me, you're hearing something around, you're smelling, that is all parallel processing in your own brain. And we can simulate the same way that that works on our chain.
We have something of a rarity here because in all these years of covering blockchain conferences, the names of the blockchains themselves have all been pretty familiar to people. New ones come along, but those new ones are getting scarcer and scarcer. Now, Dynex is probably the newest blockchain I've come across lately. What sort of confirmation algorithm are you using?
We've got our own algorithm called Dynex Solve. So that integrates not only the proof of work mechanism, but also what we dubbed our proof of useful work mechanism. What does that mean? Basically, one doesn't work without the other. We use what would be a quantum entanglement. So proof of work and proof of useful work have to work together, otherwise it doesn't work. Eventually what we're going to do is we'll go to a full, what we're calling absolute entanglement. It will just be one unified algorithm, which is Dynex Solve, which will do both inside of each other. So the computational side will actually help deal with all of the block hashing and all the block validation.
Does the chain have a native token?
Yes, so the native token is Dynex. DNX is the symbol for it. We're a mineable chain, so we have a couple of pools that have all of those miners on there. We're actually opening up to more pools right now, and that should allow obviously an easier onboarding process. And then you get paid for not only the proof of work mechanism of obviously doing the block hashing, but now you get this extra lump on top for the computational that you run. On average, like I say, we're growing around 20% monthly. We know that eventually that will eventually plateau and we'll need to bring out something, next level to be able to drive that forward again. And that's where we're hoping that our Dynex LLM will be really suitable for that, because that will open up the door to giving ChatGPT, for example, quantum efficiency and quantum speed.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about some of the potential applications for a neuromorphic network. I think you mentioned healthcare, medical research, protein folding, that kind of thing.
We've just finished doing our protein folding option that we've been very proud of. One of the pharmaceutical companies that we've been talking to, they saw that we'd already done RNA folding and RNA sequencing. The next logical step was, well, can you do protein folding? So the fact that we were able to do that, and we got up to, I think we're up to around 250 amino acid chains. The human body has around 300 in a protein string. So we're almost fully at human level of protein folding right now. We suspect a couple more months and we'll have that fully nailed. And that's going to open the door to all kinds of new research.
Yeah, that's amazing progress. You also mentioned LLMs.
Yeah, LLMs is obviously a big thing at the moment, right? A lot of companies are looking at LLMs and how can you do it. We have two methodologies for LLMs right now. We've got obviously Dynex LLM, which is going to be basically, it's large behavioral models rather than large language models. Large behavioral models work more like how a human would think and more like AGI at that point, right? But then also we've got something called what we've dubbed transfer learning. You have your LLM locally, but you offload all the learning process to us, and then it compiles it all and then sends it back. And then you can obviously reintroduce all of your data sets to your existing LLM. Malware scanning, for example, that uses transfer learning to continuously upgrade its data sets of malware.
I take it it's an open chain that anyone can use, anyone can mine.
Yep, correct. It's fully open. We're also fully open sourced as well. So we have our GitHub available. It's all open to the public. They're more than welcome to have a look. We've realized that transparency is key, especially when you're doing something like heavy computation, right? Transparency is key.
All right, Clifford, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you for having me. Appreciate that.